cycle. The efficiency of the simple Rankine cycle mentioned over here. The efficiency of the simple Rankine cycle. What is simple Rankine cycle? So here is the TS diagram for the simple Rankine cycle. Where 1 to 2 point represent boiler, 2 to 3 represent turbine, 3 to 4 represent condenser, and 4 to 1 represent pump. The efficiency of the simple Rankine cycle can be improved by increasing the pressure and temperature of the steam entering into the turbine. So if we are able to increase this temperature somehow, so we are able to increase the efficiency of the Rankine turbine. So what is the efficiency equation for the Rankine turbine? So the equation of the efficiency is output divided by input. So what is output? Output is equal to work done by the turbine minus work required by the pump divided by heat supplied. It is ultimate input. So work done by the turbine, if it is increases, so how it can be increased? So now work done by the turbine, if it is increasing, then efficiency of the Rankine cycle is going to be increased because it is a numerator. So what is the equation of the work done by the turbine? Is equal to H2 minus H3. So if value of H2 increases, work done by the turbine increases. And in order to increase the value of H2, we need to improve the P2, means if P2 pressure increases or T2 temperature increases, then the value of H2 increase, which increase the value of work done by the turbine, and through which the efficiency of the system is going to be increased. Okay, now in this case, the point number 2, at point number 2 needs to be increased. As initial pressure of the steam increases, the expansion ratio in the turbine also increases, and the steam becomes quite wet at the end of the expansion. This wet steam passing over a turbine blades for prolonged period will corrode and erode the turbine blades and increase the losses. This includes the blade nozzle and blade efficiency. The dryness fraction of the steam is allowed to fall up to 0.88 but not below it during its expansion in the turbine. The erosion and corrosion difficulties due to pressure of water particles in the steam can be avoided by reheating of steam. So what will happen, this point number 3, we required this point number 3 either with dryness fraction 0.88 or more than that. So if this dryness fraction is not within the limit of 0.88, then what will happen? Then these erosion or corrosion, this erosion or corrosion, I can say, that erosion or corrosion will happen in the turbine and it will erode or corrode the blade. So we need to remove it, we need to reduce it. How to do that? So in order to do that, in reheating, wall steam is extracted from a suitable point in the turbine before reaching the dryness fraction 0.88 and is reheated with the help of flue gases in the boiler furnace, and so as shown in figure, the steam pressure is kept constant during the reheating of it. After reheating, the steam is readmitted into the turbine and expanded to condenser pressure. Generally, the expansion of the steam is carried out in several stages and the steam is reheated by additional of heat between the stages suitable points. Any power plant using reheating of a steam also employs regenerative feeding system. So in this diagram, if I want to indicate reheating, then I can indicate it in this manner. Now suppose this is from point number 2. Suppose this line is going to cross over here, the vapor region, and somehow it going to generate a dryness fraction below 0.88. So what will happen? From this point it is again extracted, and which is passing through the flue gases which are available in the boiler still, and then it again expanded through the turbine. So by doing so, what will happen? The remaining energy of the flue gases is going to be utilized, and by using it the turbine is able to do the extra work. So this system is become now 1 to 2 to 2 days to 2 double days to 3 to 4. So how much energy we are getting extra? This much portion of energy we are getting extra. This much portion of energy we are getting extra. So the turbine work is improved by, now the turbine work is not H2 minus H3. In this case the turbine work is turbine work with reheat is equal to H2 minus H2 double dash plus H2 double dash to H3. Okay, H2 minus H2 double dash and H2 double dash to H3. So these are the equation through which the efficiency of the turbine can be improved by using the reheat cycle. So I hope you got this point, that how this problem is work. I think I need to show you some more images so that the concept will be clear. Just a minute. I'm stop sharing my screen and I'm re-sharing my screen. Okay, so look at this presentation. Reheat cycle. The basic component of the steam power plant is boiler, in which the heat is given, then turbine, then condenser and pump. Now from this boiler, the steam is generated and that steam is given to turbine. Through turbine, generator is working, and from this turbine the whatever will be the remaining steam, that is given to condenser, which will cool the steam into water or condense the steam into water by using the cooling tower, and thus cooling tower is further giving this liquid water to pump, and pump will again feed back to boiler. Here is the simple diagram of the TS diagram of turbine, means Rankine cycle, and this is the new diagram with reheat cycle. Thermal efficiency can be improved by, there are two ways. One is lowering the condenser pressure. If I can lower the condenser pressure, see here it is lower pressure temperature. If I can reduce the pressure of the point number 4, then also efficiency can be improved. if I can improve the superheating temperature, if I can increase the superheating temperature, then also the work done by the turbine increase. And in case of reheating cycle, we are also able to increase the work done by the turbine. But in first case, in order to increase the, or in order to lower down the uh, pressure, means in order to lower down the temperature of the point number 4, or temperature entering into the condenser, or pressure, a temperature or pressure regarding entry of the condenser, if we are going to reduce it, then what will generate, it will lower down the dryness fraction below the 0.88, and hence chances of cavitations are high in such cases. In the second case, in order to increase the temperature of the turbine, we required more number of fuel in the boiler. But in third case, in case of reheat cycle, what we are doing, we are just passing the same amount of steam from the flue gases which are already generated while heating the boil, or while boiling the water. So the same flue gases can be used to reheat the amount of hello, good morning, are you able to hear me, Mr. Ajit?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Okay, so here is the today's topic, reheat cycle. Just a minute, I will share my screen with you. So here is the topic, today's topic, reheat cycle. So what will happen in case of reheat cycle? Do you know what is reheat cycle, Ajit?
No, sir, I don't know anything about it.
Okay, so is it convenient for you to have a conversation in English, or should I use some another language?
As you wish, you can
Okay,
any language, sir.
so let's simply understand this concept of the reheat cycle. This is TS diagram of the Rankine cycle shown here. Rankine cycle is applicable to thermal power plant in which 1 to 2 represent boiling cycle or boiler cycle, 2 to 3 represent turbine, 3 to 4 represent condenser, and 4 to 1 represent pump, which we have discussed already and in the lecture number 20. In the lecture number 20, if you have not attended that lecture, so you can find out that lecture from the given link. I will share this link in your WhatsApp group. Okay, so this is basically TS diagram of the Rankine cycle. But what will happen during the process of the turbine, the pressure is going to be fall down up to pressure number 3, means the pressure is going to be fall down up to P3 pressure. And if P3 pressure fall down so that the dryness fraction will become 0.88, means whenever this uh, pressure is falling down, the steam which is available at point number 2 is going to converted into liquid as the pressure falls down. So if the point number 3 lies here, at that time the condition of the steam is 100% saturated gaseous, means there is no presence of liquid in it. But suppose if the point number 2 is existing here, So at that time the point number 3 will lies at this place and will have some amount of liquid particles present into it, or we can say water vapor particles present into it. So this point number 3 can have the dryness fraction 0.88. So what is why the limitation is 0.88? As per the analysis, as per the research, it is concluded that if the dryness fraction falls below the 0.88, then there are chances of cavitation in the turbine. So that's why we need to improve this dryness fraction at the end of the expansion process. So this is our target to achieve, means we want steam at the end of the turbine or at the end of the expansion process to have dryness fraction more than 0.88. And we are knowing that the efficiency of the Rankine cycle is equal to output divided by input. And output is nothing but work done by the turbine minus work required by the pump. And input is heat supplied to the boiler. So in order to improve the efficiency, what we need to improve? We need to improve the work done by the turbine. So as the work done by the turbine increases, the efficiency of the Rankine cycle increases. And work done by the turbine having the equation H2 minus H3, where if the value of H2 increases, enthalpy at point number 2 increases, work done by the turbine increases. And as pressure or temperature at point number 2 increases, work done by the turbine increases. So work done by the turbine is equal to H2 minus H2 double dash plus H2 double dash minus H3. This work done by the turbine can be derived by the reheat cycle, and this diagram represents the TS diagram of the reheat cycle. Now what will happen in this diagram? The process number 1 to 2 take place in the same manner in which it is taking place in case of Rankine cycle. So there is no change in boiler process, but there is a change in turbine process. Now as expansion of the turbine is happening at point number 2 double dash, the steam is extracted from the turbine and it is inserted into the boiler again, or you can say it is inserted into the chimney through which the flue gas is coming out of it. And what do you mean by flue gases? It is a gases which utilize to boil the water available inside the boiler. So after boiling the water, that flue gases are coming out from the chimney, but having some energy into it, means having some heat into it. So in order to reutilize those heat, this steam which is expanded up to point number 2 double dash is extracted and supplied inside the chimney again, or pass through the flue gases. So again the energy transfer is taking place, or heat transfer is taking place from the flue gases to the steam which is extracted from the turbine. And in at point number 2 double dash, the new temperature or new superheated steam is obtained at the end of the process. So this new superheated steam, it is inserted into the turbine again, and which will gives us the point number 3 with dryness fraction more than 0.88. You may feel that what do you mean by dryness fraction 0.88? Dryness fraction 0.88 means 88 88% of gas and 12% of liquid present inside the steam. Why the dryness fraction is obtained? Because from the turbine expansion process is taking place, and expansion process means reduction of pressure and temperature. So as pressure reduces, as temperature reduces, the steam is going to condense and it will convert its phase from gaseous to liquid. So in that manner, the reheat cycle is reducing the chances of cavitation. That is the one of the advantage, that cavitation chances reduces. And second advantage is we are able to obtain such 2 double days, 2 days, 2 double days, 3, and suppose I am saying this point is A, so we are able to obtain extra work out of it. And hence the efficiency of the Rankine cycle is going to improve. So this is the question actually, what is the reheat cycle and how the efficiency of the Rankine cycle is improved by using the reheat cycle. So I hope you got this explanation. If you are having any doubt, you can ask. Ajit?
No, sir.
No? So that's it from my side in today's lecture. If you have any doubt in the previous lecture, you can ask also right now. Do you have any previous doubt?
This is my first lecture, so I can not understand in everything properly.
Okay. So I request you to go through the number of lectures which are available. The recordings of the lecture of my lectures are available within the playlist. So I request you to go through today through this videos. And how do you able to find out those links? So I will share those links with you, okay, in a WhatsApp group. Is there anything that you are required from my side?
No, no, sir. I have already read lecture.
Okay, so you started preparing those lectures.
Sorry, I have already started.
So is there any difficulty while attending those lectures?
No, no. If I have any doubt, then I will.
You can contact me at any time by using my personal WhatsApp number.
Okay, okay.
Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.